So in this video we go through the group reservations, the general use of group reservations. So if we start with going through the role center, the things related to groups. So you have the group section here in the queues. So you have draft groups, that's the group reservations you're working on. Arriving groups, that's normally groups that are arriving today, but you can also set in activity setup if you wanted to show you the arriving groups earlier. Current groups, that's just groups that are currently having active reservations, and then you have departing groups, that are groups that are leaving today, or you also can set up if that shows you, for example, groups that would be leaving tomorrow as well. Unpaid groups, that's all group reservations that haven't been finalized. So if we start to go through the groups, how you create a group reservation, the general process. So you would create a new group reservation, and the difference between a group reservation and a normal activity reservation is that a group reservation is like an umbrella over multiple activity reservations. So each individual in the group will actually get their own reservation, and the group the group reservation will act as an umbrella over all those reservations, where you can book them all at once and prepay or deposit to the reservation, as well as finalize them all at once. So let's just create a simple group reservation. It's a spa reservation, so simple group reservation, and you set the number of people in the group. The location comes from your default location, and then you can set up the time period. I'm going to set up from 20th to 25th. And if you're going to invoice or send a quote on this reservation, you must set up a customer account or assign it to a customer account. I'm just going to assign it to the default, so I can actually create a quote. And you can have a different currency. Basically, this is the currency code for the invoice and for the quote. All prices and amounts on the reservation itself would be normally the local currency, but you can set up a currency code for the invoice. So the invoice could be charged in a different currency. However, if this is finalized through the point of sale, then it's always in the local currency, or the currency which should be the same as the currency on the point of sale. The price group, that would be the price group for any retail-based pricing, in either by on the activities or other additional charges. Salesperson, any reference information, email, mobile phone, and so forth. What is charge type, which is an important setting. So charge type in this section is going to be the default charge type for any activities entered. Charge type group means that the activity will be paid as part of the group charge, so as a total charge for the whole group. But you can also have activity lines which are individual to individuals. So you could be, for example, keeping track of all the bookings in one reservation, but every individual will be paying their own reservation. So you could still keep track of the booking as a group reservation, and then it could be paid by the individuals for each for their own part of the booking. But in this case, the default is going to be charge type group, and this normally comes default from the reservation type. So let's just assign some activity. I'm gonna select massage 30 as the product I'm going to book for these 4 people. So have in mind you have to set how many number of persons you have for as the group, as the members of the group. If you click on the As Stated button, you can define in more detail the group members. For example, enter all their names and their contact information, and also at this point you could send out an email to contact the group contact and get the details of the group members. Either get an email back with their names and emails, and you can import those details as an Excel sheet, which you can use to populate this information. Bear in mind that you can still go ahead, even if I don't have the correct names of the people, I can still go ahead and do the booking, and I can update these details of each group member at later stage. I would normally set up then the number of bookings I want to book here, and those going to be 4 for these 4 people. And I can change the price and set discounts if I have the right to do that. And at this point, I can set the time of the booking. So if I set up 2 o'clock, this would mean that all these bookings would have to be at 2 o'clock. And since we only have availability of 3 sessions at this time, but we need 4, then we might have to extend the time. So we are going to allow the booking to take place any time from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And that gives us much more availability, and therefore we can fulfill this reservation. So only setting reservation time would give you just that exact time of booking. But if you have end time as well, then that sets the period, the time period you can actually do the booking. Other settings here is that you can have a line here and assign these bookings as shared activity, which means that these bookings will not go to individual reservations, but will go to the paymaster reservation, basically a reservation that's for the whole group, but not for each individual. Because when we confirm these group reservations, they always create the reservation per individual as well as one paymaster reservation, which is for all transactions that are general for the group in whole. Also, I can change the charge type here per line. So in this case, this is going to be charged as a group. We're just going to pay this as one invoice for the whole group. So it's going to be charge type group. Nothing else I can need to set up here, and as we see here now that this line turned red, and that means basically that I haven't created any booking or reservation based on this. This is just a line being in draft, and we haven't fulfilled the booking so far. In this section, the group member section, we can enter the people that are going to join this particular treatment. If I don't enter anything here, it will just use the list of the group members we already have and start with the first one and automatically assign each person, just starting from one and person number 1 and so forth, and assign it automatically to this section. Basically, here we have all the members that are joining this particular session, and then we have also any additional products that are related to this massage 30 treatment. In this case, I'm not going to enter anyone because I'm just going to want the system to automatically populate this. But I could be assigning manually from the list of the group members. So if I had the names and I needed to specify which person is going to this particular treatment, then I could choose and pick from this list. But in this case, I'm not going to pick anyone from this list. I'm just going to confirm this one. Or I could, before I confirm, actually, in this case, I'm just going to make a quote. So I can go to invoicing and ask for a quote. So when I get the quote, it's basically going to convert this reservation to a standard Business Central quote. And note that any discounts assigned to this, I can assign discounts and pricing here manually, but it will also be picking up automatically any customer-based discounts for in this case for the customer account, the POS customer. So here we got the quote, just standard Business Central, and we could enter more details, or we could just send the quote from here to the customer. At this point, I got the confirmation. I can confirm this. I'm just gonna confirm. Yes. And now it says that this group reservation is confirmed. As we can see here, it automatically populated group member starting with the first one, and since we have 4 entries, it picked up all the group members. We can see the activity that was created here, the number of the activity which was booked, and we can see we have now confirmed reservation. And if we need, we can go here to view and related reservations, and now we would actually see all the activity reservations that were created based on this reservation. So we have reservation for group member 1 to 4, and we have also the paymaster here. So you can see we have all the reservations for each group member. So now we actually done the confirmation, and the reservation is ready. So the next step would be either updating the group member names, and then accept the deposit, and then finalize as an invoice. And we will do that in the next video, which will be about payment and invoicing a group reservation. Thank you.